Let's talk about the different cities that you lived in growing up and your journey around Africa from Goma, Kampala, Nairobi, Joburg. How did these cities, how did they shape your view on music and your taste in music?
Mm, mm, mm. If let me start by saying if there's one thing I would love to do when I have a family, kids, and all that stuff, is to really push them to go to different areas of the world. Because what it does
Mm.
to your mind, it really opens up your mind in a way that I can't even explain. Look, like all these regions, when I'm in Uganda, or when I was in Uganda, they listen and make music completely different from
Yeah.
how it's done in Kenya or how it's done in South Africa. Now in South Africa, when I came to South Africa first, my first town, or let me say my hometown, was Bloemfontein. And there also there's a whole different culture going on compared to what's happening in Johannesburg. So it has created this thing in my creative mind where I don't see limits, because there's no reason to limit yourself, because yes, this is how you know the creative process, but there's 100 other ways of doing it. And so I feel like growing up in different cultures has opened up my mind in that sense, where I'm just free. Like you can hear it with my creative process, or even with my music and other form of art that I'm into, that I just go for it and just not even limit myself. I don't even think about limits. There's this thing where I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but I really don't think about genres when I'm making music. Funny enough,
Mm.
I let the label decide. Once I've given them the song, they're like, okay, yeah, 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 this is Afro house, or this is what this is. I don't want to be part of that process, because I've done my part. And I believe that comes from the fact that I was raised in different regions of Africa, and my mind is just free.
And that's why when we then listen
Yeah.
to your music, it stands out because it's not that one particular genre that, oh, it's an amapiano, it's a deep house, whatever the case may be. It's just beautiful music. It's music that captivates you. It's music that makes you dance. It's music that entertains you. And I love that that's your creative process. Let's talk about this latest release,
Yeah.
Naliya. What does it mean and what is it about?
Naliya means, it's a Swahili word which means I'm crying or crying.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know, but this is actually our second track that we work on together as a trio. The first one was Sondela. Sorry about that. Was Sondela, and Sondela was Tresor featuring Msaki. I don't know if you know the track,
Yeah, yeah,
but
definitely.
that's
Yeah.
purely it's purely a love song, right? Sondela means come,
Yes, yes.
and you can tell from it's the beginning of a relationship, and everyone is happy, and it's love, lovey-dovey, and all that stuff. Honeymoon phase, and what, and then life happens,
Yeah.
and then horrible things happen, unfortunately, and it's time to say goodbye, and that's where Naliya comes in.
And yet it's not a song that when you listen to we end up crying. I mean, if anything, we cry out of joy because it's such a banger of a song.
Look, at the same time, that saying where they say, "Don't look like your problems." I thought, look, I know you're crying about this lover, but come on, don't also just seem desperate. So musically, we were like, you know what? Let's just make it also something that people who don't understand Swahili, for instance, they can just enjoy. I mean, there's this song again by Msaki. I think it's with Prince KB. What's the name of the song, man? Fetch Your Life.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I just used to enjoy that. I don't know what they were talking about. It's in English, but like you don't pay attention until one day I sat down and she said something about we live for the weekend, and I'm like, damn, that's so deep. But I didn't. I was just vibing to the
Mm,
song,
mm.
not even the depth of what you're saying. When you listen to it, you're like, yo, man, this is deep. And so, yeah, your music doesn't have to, like we just said now, you don't have to always sound like or look like your problems.
I love that. I love that. What is it about Msaki and Treso that you enjoy working with them so much?
Man, they are, I would say, if I had to create my own list of the top songwriters, let me just first start in Africa. they are definitely top three. Top three, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely. Those guys write like they don't play games. They write. When you listen to Msaki, you're like, did you hear the opening of Naliya?
Yeah.
When she sang, oh, crazy. And then I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, it means you're saying a lot of nothing. You're saying a lot but nothing. Come on, who starts a song like that? Come on, let's just be honest.
And I tell you what,
and then on the other, sorry,
Batundi, I was saying, and the thing about Msaki, whatever she touches, it always goes gold. Everything that she touches as Msaki, just put Msaki on it, you just know that it's going to be quite the song. Batundi, I would love to just wrap up the conversation just after we have our news. So if you don't mind hanging 10 for us on the line, we'll continue the conversation with Congolese-born, South African-based producer, now artist Batundi, about his latest body of work, Naliya, with Msaki and TRESOR. It's 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's now get the latest news with Onele Ntsinzi.
The Upside, live and real.
Well, it's 6 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni, with you all the way to 4 p.m. Central African time. Stream us live on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube. And let us know how your Friday is going so far. And send me a voice note of what is your go-to meal when it's cold outside. Cold, chilly, windy. What's your go-to meal to keep you warm? +27 63 406 9126. We are still joined on the line by Congolese-born producer, South African-based Batundi, about his latest body of work, breaking into the space as an artist, not as a producer, but as an artist, with his single Naliya featuring Msaki and TRESOR. Batundi, let me ask you, what's your go-to meal when it's all cold and windy outside?
Soup.
What kind of soup?
Pumpkin soup. Pumpkin soup.
Pumpkin soup. Do you add some
Have you tried it?
Do you add some nutmeg and all these cinnamon? What do you add into that?
There's these ones they sell at Woolworth. That's the one I get. I don't know what they put in, but that thing just goes nicely when it's cold like this.
Oh, I love that. All right.
What's going?
I love that. And I think I've had the pumpkin, I've had the butternut, and I love having it with a piece of bread or something. Yeah. Oh my goodness me, just delicious.
Fresh bread.
Fresh bread any day, every day. Let's get back to the music before we start salivating on air. You were telling me about why Msaki and TRESOR, why you love working with them so much. You touched on Msaki. I think you were touching on TRESOR next. Why do you enjoy working with them so much?
I think I've already touched on Msaki. TRESOR, on the other side, is an incredible songwriter. I mean, you can tell from the works he's done with different artists or his catalog by himself. I mean, he's a deep thinker, and every lyric. Sometimes we sit in the studio and it's like, yo, bro, did you know, by the way, the first word that I started with the song has a connection with this song or with this word at the end of the song. And when he explains, it's like, bro, how do you even think about that?
Wow.
And so working with these guys, because when it comes to the music itself, I really put 200 or 300% in it. And then having top liners or songwriters who think the same way, who put the same amount of time, man, it's just a beautiful thing. Because I mean, you're gonna go to sessions where you put everything, and then the guy comes and jumps on the microphone and he's just screaming and making sounds, and it's just like, bro, come on, man. With TRESOR and Msaki, it's just they just take it to the next level. They always take it to the next level.
Oh, I love that. What's next for you, Batundi, the artist, now?
So I have a few more singles coming till the end of the year, and maybe around December or February there we should be able to have a project ready. But for now, the focus is to drop singles. Unfortunately, I can't announce the features and stuff, but there is really some interesting names coming next.
Where are they from? Maybe you can't give us the names, but where are they from? South Africa, Africa, where are they from?
Actually, some are from here, some from Africa, but like really big names, and then we have a few international. So let's keep it like that.
Looking forward to that. Batundi, where can people follow you on social media? I know that Naliya can be streamed on all streaming platforms. Where can they follow you on social media?
So I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and TikTok, and both of those platforms, it's Batundi Music.
Love that. Batundi, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and all the best for your new journey. And we can't wait to hear those singles and collaborations.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate for your time. Thank you for having me.
The voice there of Congolese-born producer, now South African-based artist and producer Batundi. Go check out his latest single Naliya featuring Msaki and TRESOR. What a song that is. It's 10 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. A quick breather, some music coming your way. And then when we get back, we are joined by Botswana's very own, the most followed Botswana in Africa actually, William Lust KRM.